Hey everyone, it's Lynn Terry, and I sent out an email earlier that had kind of a bold subject line. So I wanted to just chat about that for a second. And I don't have very much time. So when my dog alarm goes off, when you hear Slim start barking like crazy, our time is up. Just letting you know ahead of time. Anyway, it was a pretty bold subject line if you saw that in your inbox, where I was talking about instant traffic and sales anytime, anywhere, around the clock. And I know that that does sound like a big red headline or a bold headline, but the fact is that's the whole premise behind online marketing. That's the whole premise behind having an internet business is that you actually can have a 24-hour shop. You can have 24-hour automated sales systems, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we're all familiar with that. We all know exactly how that works. Um, so, anyway, I want to talk about that a little bit because in that particular email, I was sharing some hot tips about, what's working for me and what I'm focusing on and why, and how I have kind of pretty much done this the entire part of my business. And when I say my business, I've been in business and working online for over 22 years, more than 2 decades. It'll be 23 years in February. So, that's quite a long time. So what I'm doing is obviously a sustainable business model. And the interesting thing is I've done a lot of different things online over the years. I've had an offline business, a couple. I've had a service-based business, too. I've had partnerships. I've done niche affiliate marketing. I've done that whole SEO, PPC. I've done all of those kinds of things. So I have a lot of different types of experience over the years. Consulting. I've consulted with some startup companies in interesting niches and things like that. So, anyway, but the thing that I do consistently, what has always worked for me, is what I'm still doing to this day. And that might sound a little bit crazy since the internet is consistently changing, right? The only consistent thing about the internet is change and has been for the last 25 years. And so, but it's not about platforms, and it's not about software, and it's not about how and where you do it. It's about what you do and why you do it, I guess, too. So anyway, I wanted to pop on and see if you guys had any questions about that and see what you're struggling with. Again, I do have limited time, so keep an ear out for the dog alarm. When Slim starts barking, we'll have to go. But I talked in this particular email, if you got this in your inbox, about the one strategy that has served me over and over and over again without fail. And I was talking about social media marketing. But the interesting thing is social media has not been around this entire time that I've been in business. But you can do social content marketing or social marketing even without social media platforms. So I've really been doing that for years and years. But ever since social media hit and took off, that has really helped my business to boom. So I'm curious because I talk to a lot of people who are struggling with that, struggling with building an audience, struggling with, getting any response or engagement or any reach with their social media content. They're struggling with getting any conversions, struggling with being consistent with creating social media content, and then getting discouraged because they're not getting, results or what have you. So I would love to hear what you would most, like to learn more about. I'll hop on video. We'll chat about it. I can turn on screen sharing and show you guys some live examples of what I'm doing in my niche, how it works, etc. But I'm curious how you feel more than anything. What you're, if you're excited about your business and about the movement in social media right now, or if you're discouraged with it or what have you. So if you did get my email and you didn't read all the way to the end, I don't blame you. It was a long email, but it was really written from the heart and written with the intention of sharing things with you that I felt like would inspire you or, give you some things that you could use. But I asked some interesting questions at the end of that email that you may or may not have seen, or maybe you did see them and you're still kind of contemplating those. By the way, I do respond to emails if you reply to that, and I would love for you to comment here so we can have a conversation. Sometimes it just takes me a little while to get back to it. So if I owe you an email, it's coming. Anyway, one of the questions I asked, and I'm looking down at my phone where I sent this email, is what if you're nervous to take action? So to join a challenge, for example, because I was talking about how excited I am to join Monique's challenge. And I'm also signed up for her watch party workshop that's coming up this Thursday. And there are times that I understand how that feels because I think, am I going to follow through? Am I going to actually take action? Am I going to implement this stuff? And if I do, am I going to see any results, and that kind of thing. So I go through those same feelings and emotions. But when I decide, to invest in something, it's because I need that push, or because I really, really want to get it done. But another thing, I asked the question, what if you don't have anything to sell? And that's a legitimate question. A lot of people might, say, I don't have anything to sell. Well, here's the thing. I don't have anything to sell you right now, but here we are having this conversation. I could tell you, that I do consulting, but I am not really open for new consulting clients right now. I could tell you, oh, I have this great product that's going to solve all your problems, but that's not what I'm here for. I just want to have this conversation. So would you do that knowing, if you don't have anything to sell? But what you do have to sell, even when you're not, actively promoting something or you don't have a link out there or anything like that, is your audience building. You're building your audience, or you're building a relationship with people, or you're building a rapport with people, or you're collecting information or data or learning things about your audience or about your market, or your friends or what have you. And because I can't see who you are that has joined in here live, and I won't be able to see you, when you watch the replay, but we might be friends, or you may be a client of mine. I don't know. But anyway, we're having this fun conversation. But what if you have nothing to sell? What if you don't have a landing page or a website to drive traffic to? What if you don't even have a list to build because you haven't set it up, or you let your AWeber account go? Those are all very legitimate, concerns and things to consider before you dive in to learn a new marketing strategy. And I've always said that you should absolutely start where you are and only learn what you need to learn in order to do what you need to accomplish right now. Only buy what you need in order to accomplish what you're working on right now, and stay super focused on that kind of stuff. But if you wanted to do something and you don't have your own product, or you don't have a link, there's so many more options. And I'll give you 2 of them right now just to consider and just to be thinking about. And then if you have any questions about those, leave a comment and we'll discuss it. Even if, it's not while this video is live, I'll come back and we'll continue the discussion. So 2 options you have if you have nothing of your own is the obvious, which is affiliate marketing. So you could have an affiliate link for something that you're excited about. How many of you saw, by the way, the Smooth Mobile that I ordered over the weekend? I'm so excited about that product. It's not a product of my own, but I did contact the company and get an affiliate link and a discount code and shared that. But I got my shipment notification today, and I'm so stoked. I can't wait to show you guys how this works and show you a demo. But it could be a product like that you love, that you're excited about, that's relevant to your niche, your audience, or the people in your circle, or the circle you want to create if you're just getting started or what have you. So there's affiliate marketing, but there's also another one that a lot of people don't really consider that much, which is joint ventures. So if you want to be marketing, like I'm a natural marketer, but I'm not necessarily a great product creator, and I don't want to go out there and create physical products and have storefronts or e-commerce and all that kind of stuff. I've done that already. I've done it before. I like the marketing part. And then there are other people who love to create products, whether it's digital products or courses or services or physical products, and have e-commerce sites or whatever. So there's 2 different kind of types of creatives out there. When those 2 people come together, the opportunity is absolutely endless. Okay, so you could have nothing of your own, but you can joint venture with someone who has something that you like or that you think your audience would be interested in, and you just figure out the money, how's that going to work? Years ago, and this was probably 10 years ago, and I'm so concerned we're running out of time, but I want to tell you all these great stories. So about 10 years ago, maybe it was, I didn't have a product out of my own or anything like that. However, this guy, came to me for feedback on an internet marketing thing that he was doing, a way he was making money online that was pretty ingenious. And he came to me for feedback on it. He said, I've been doing this quietly. I haven't told anybody about it, but I trust you and I would just like to hear what you think about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's brilliant. But he had no audience, nobody to tell it to except, he happened to catch me online and I listened or whatever. But I'm like, you've got to write that down. You've got to like document that. And if you will, do that, I will sell the product because I know a lot of people that would be very interested in this, and that's what you call a joint venture. So he didn't have a website. He didn't have an affiliate program. He didn't even have a PayPal account. He did have a PayPal account. He set one up. And so here's what we did. He created the product. It was great, by the way, and it was smart. It was so brilliant. And I did the marketing and we split it 50-50. And it was fun. So there's all kinds of options depending on what side of that coin you're on, as far as a creative or as far as ideas or as far as singing something. And the cool thing to know too is that there are no rules, there are no standards with internet marketing. It's still basically the Wild West, a new frontier. As crazy as that sounds with, 2 decades into it, there is still so much opportunity and you can make things up as you go. They don't have to have an affiliate program. If they don't, find a workaround. Don't take no for an answer, or don't just, think, well, this is not the normal way it's done, so that would never work. Like, be creative and be the one to, jump out there and do things like that. But I'm just saying, like, if you're concerned about things like that, like, what if I don't have an audience? What if I don't have a website? What if I don't have a product? What if I don't have any real followers, or I have let everything go, so my Twitter feed is, dried up and my Facebook page is dead and I haven't posted on Instagram in months or years. I haven't emailed my list and my Aweber account got closed. I mean, I don't know what, situation you're in, but you could be in that bad of a situation and you can still pull stuff off. And the reason is because right now the opportunity is so, so hot, whether you're just getting started or whether you really need to, pump things back up again. And let's say you're doing great, and you have an email list and you're consistent and you're blogging and you're Instagramming and you're, doing all the stuff or whatever. So let's say that you're doing really great. You could always be doing better, right? But if you're not leveraging the easy stuff, the really easy stuff, you're missing out and leaving so much money on the table. And you're missing out on opportunities that are so simple that could take what you're doing and level it up without really putting in any more additional effort. One of the things that I mentioned, and I shared a couple of really hot tips in that email, and if you didn't get it, just leave a comment and I have it archived and I can find you the link to it. I shared a couple of really hot tips in there. One of them would be as simple as social media optimization. So you could be posting consistently, you could be so great with your content creation, you could be, putting it out there constantly but not getting results. And if that's the case, it could be as simple as adding a little bit of optimization. One of the examples that I gave in that email was I made scrambled eggs and I did a video, and I didn't want to be on video, and not everybody does, and most of the time I don't either, to be honest with you. I didn't really want to be on this video, but here I am because I wanted to have this conversation with you. But that particular day I didn't want to be on video, but I got asked like 1,842 times, how do I make my cheesy eggs? To the point that my phone could answer that question for me. All I had to do was start typing it, and you know how you have those, it'll like tell the next word that they think should come in the right order. What's that called? I don't know. Anyway, my phone could literally type the whole paragraph of how to make this because I had answered it so many times. So I thought, once and for all, I hooked my camera up so that it was like pointed down to where I could demonstrate this right here. And I made the cheesy eggs. I wasn't in the video or whatever. And it got 19,000 views on Facebook alone. That's not including YouTube, Instagram, IGTV, whatever. Like all the different other places that I put it. Just on my Facebook page alone. And I did no paid advertising, no post boosting, none of that kind of stuff. but it had to do with SMO, which is social media optimization. So you could be creating videos all day long, but if people can't find them, or if the people who want to find that content don't ever see it, then it's pointless, right? And so it could be just like the simplest little tweak like that, or what have you. And that was just kind of one of the tips that I shared in that particular email. But I just want to say, don't let that deter you. When I first started my niche blog that I love working on now, the thing that I am off doing all the time, it was almost 9 years ago. So it was 2011, early 2011. I had no Twitter followers. I started a brand new Tumblr blog, which, by the way, I'm still actively posting on, and I have like 12,000 followers or something like that on there, on Tumblr still. But when I first started, I had no Twitter followers. I didn't even have Instagram. I didn't even have Pinterest. I just set up my Facebook page. So basically, I'm talking to myself the whole time. Now, what if I had let that deter me? Well, I don't really have any followers, and I don't really have any, nobody's responding to anything that I say or what have you. So what's the point? And if I had continued to let that, get to me or deter me, then I never would have made it big in that niche like I did. So I want to say to you, if you're in that position, if you're in that situation, if you're just starting out, you're getting no traffic, you don't have any followers, you're not getting any response from the few followers you do have, etc. Just keep going. Just keep posting, because that is exactly how you attract an audience. That's exactly how people find you, is through the content that you post, whether it be because they did a search, or because somebody else shared it, or because you went and interacted with them and they came and checked out your content. You just have to keep doing this stuff. Just do the stuff. And it will happen. It will hit. But if you don't do the stuff, you are guaranteed to fail. Plain and simple, right? So if you have a fear of failure, it's pretty much a self-fulfilling prophecy if that fear of failure keeps you from actively, sharing content and interacting and engaging with people on your topic. So anyway, that's just a few of the little things. I shared a lot of cool stuff in this email, so if you want a copy of it, let me know. I would also love to know if you are planning to join in on the Facebook Live with Purpose, the Facebook live streaming and live video leads and sales challenge. And I'm not going to try to sell you on it. You either want to join or not. I'm so excited. I just did one in November that I signed up again to do it in December this month, because I got great results and because I'm learning tons of stuff, and she's teaching all new stuff this time. But what I would like to hear from you, if you don't mind, is to tell me, if you don't plan to join the challenge, why not? Like, is it because you don't feel prepared for it, or it's not, you don't feel like you're ready for that in your business right now, or you don't like doing video at all, or you have, like technical hurdles, you're not sure how to start or what to do or whatever. Or if you do plan to join in with us, I would love to hear what your biggest goal is during the challenge. Like when you join the challenge, like what do you most want to accomplish out of it? So I would love to hear either way. And just out of curiosity, more than anything, I would love your feedback on that. But let's talk. Leave me a comment, and if you don't want to leave a comment, that's okay. Just message me. You can message me right here on my page. You can reply to my email. But I would love to know where you are in that spectrum of, I'm doing amazing, but I'm not leveraging everything I could. I could be doing like twice as well as, as I was if I would just tweak a few little things and it would work for me. Or are you on the other end of the spectrum where I feel like, I've given up before I really got started because I'm not getting any results, because I'm not really doing anything actively and consistently. Or maybe somewhere in between. I don't know. But anyway, we all heard the dog alarm, which means I have to go. So thanks to those of you who are watching in live, and give this some thought. Go back and check out my email. It's a little bit long, but I shared some kind of hot tips. So if you take absolutely zero action on, deciding to join the challenge or not that I mentioned at the end of that email, I would love for you to pick something, just something out of that email and implement it and do it, and or a creative idea it gave you or what have you, because that I poured my heart into writing that to you today. It took hours where I was asking myself, how can I best help you see results or see the potential in doing the things that maybe you're not doing consistently, or in going back and doing a few things to tweak what you are doing and doing well so it could be doing even better. So that's all for now, and I will be back and we'll continue this discussion in the comments or in my Facebook inbox or by email. All right, so have a great rest of the day or night. I cannot wait to hear from you, so don't hesitate to reach out. Let me know, what your where you're at with all of this stuff, what your feelings are on it. Have you even embraced Instagram yet? Have you started doing any kind of video marketing? Are you on Pinterest? Are you just ignoring the whole thing and hoping it'll go away? Or where are you with it exactly? Or are you really just smoking it, but know you could be making twice as much or 10 times more in terms of traffic and revenue and leads? And would you be interested in doing that, whether it's through video or through any other method or any other way, such as something as simple as SMO, social media optimization, which, by the way, is hotter than SEO ever was right now. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll be back. We'll chat some more.